Everybody knows my opinion on Irish neutrality. It should always be the thing. It should always be the way. Ireland has always been a neutral country, and I don't think Ireland should get involved in any kind of military conflicts. Let alone do we have the capacity of a military. At this stage, we shouldn't really abolish the defence forces because, let's be fair, it's in a very bad state, the defence forces. But yeah, so in Fine Gael Ardèche was a few days ago, and they had an agenda in front of them to either send anti-tank weapons they wanted to send, whatever was in the Irish army, basically whatever was there. I took 120 anti-tank weapons in the whole Irish army. They wanted to send that to Ukraine, but thankfully the Fine Gael members had a bit of a brain and they said, you know what, people might not be too pleased with us sending the only weapons the Irish army have for anti-tanks off to Ukraine. The Irish people might not be too happy with that and a breach of neutrality. Maybe we might not get in the next election if we do that. So thankfully they had a bit of a brain and they said, you know what, no. But yeah, Ukraine, this is a Ukrainian Minister of Defense, so somebody related to the Ukrainian Minister of Defense, said they wanted more support from Ireland, further support. Even though we give them 50 million, we're taking in 100,000 of their people into the country, and we're literally turning ourselves backwards to try and house them and try and get them things. And they're like, we have to do more. You have to do more. Ireland, a small republic in the middle of the Atlantic, has to do more. Not that the United States has given them something like $70 billion. And let it known, like the weapons the United States has given them is more than the Irish army ever had in their history. Literally, the amount of money they're given for weapons and ammo, the United States, it's among us. It's honestly, the Irish army have never seen the likes in its history. The weapons. The United States are just giving weapons day in, day out. And I mean, the United States military complex is absolutely enormous. Like, you literally, if you have the United States military complex behind you, you're going to win anything. And the UK and then the France and then all the NATO countries too sending the weapons. I don't know what they want from Ireland. Like, what do they want from us? All NATO is giving them weapons. We're giving them 50 million. 55 million euro, and we're taking in we're taking in more than the United Kingdom in refugees. And we're literally, the country's literally falling apart because we're taking in so many, and we don't know where to put them. And, this is a huge thing that's happening. And the cheek of this person ever is the Ukrainian Minister of Defence to say he would welcome foreign support. You think he would say, we appreciate the support Ireland has sent at the moment. We don't require any more. The United States and other countries will help out. We don't want, Ireland has done enough to help out a small country. It's done enough, and a bit of appreciation would be in order. But again, saying, we need more support, give us weapons, give us more, give us weapons. The United States has given us, literally the United States has given Ukraine a blank check for weapons and things like that. And they're turning around and saying, Ireland, you're a neutral country, give us weapons. So it is insanity. This person must be smoking something to suggest this. And obviously Fine Gael, I will say this, they should have known better to even bring it up with the Ardèche. They should have said, full on, you think they would have been like, full on, Irish neutrality should be protected at all costs. But no, it's insanity what they're talking about at the moment, this government and what they're suggesting. And so they provide ready meals and things. I'm just waiting for the article. Obviously, RT's talking shite, saying, we should send more. We should send the whole Irish army over there to fight the Russians. That's literally what RT wants. They want literally the Irish army to go over and fight the Russians. Whatever remains of the Irish army, because let's be fair, not much is left of the Irish army, because the government have fucked it over so much in the last few years. As I say, there's only 120 anti-tank weapons in the whole Republic of Ireland. That's all the Irish army have to invade if an invasion ever comes. 120, no tanks whatsoever, but 120 anti-tanks to stop tanks from coming into the country and taking over. But yeah, let's send them to Ukraine. Let's leave ourselves defenceless. I never heard such bullshit in my life. And that's what Fine Gael wanted to do. Now they want probably to send every weapon that the Irish army have to Ukraine. Let's be fair now. The United States left billions of euros of weapons in Afghanistan where they left. And they were able to recover that overnight because the United States has such a big military complex and such huge funding. The funding for the United States Army, for the military of the United States, is literally cannot be compared by the human brain. How big of a funding it is. It's the biggest. It's bigger than the whole of NATO combined. It's bigger than the whole of Europe combined. So why the fuck? Let's put it this way. Why would Ireland send any kind of weapons to any country? Let's be fair. do you see where I'm coming from? Like, what is this fella smoking? Like, they have enough weapons. I'm sure they're getting weapons every day and every night from the United States and from other countries, Poland, all them European countries too. Uh, like, I don't know what what more do they want? 50 million, 55 million euro. Like, that's very, very good for a country that has, loads of people homeless, people who can't afford to buy a house, waiting lists as far as the eye can see. I could go forward inflation, people struggling to pay bills, and sending 55 million over to Ukraine as a neutral country. Ireland, to be totally honest, if I was leader, I wouldn't have. It would be total neutrality. Wouldn't be anything. To be totally honest, it just would be total neutrality because it is another country's problem to deal with. In terms of NATO, it's up to them to sort that. It's not up to Ireland. Ireland is a neutral country. Ireland doesn't want to get involved in anything. It should not get involved. The Irish people don't want to get involved in any wars or anything. We want to stay out of it. We don't want our children going off to die in war. And that's why Ireland's neutral. It doesn't want itself to be involved in war. We had enough suffering in our history, and I'm sure people agree. We don't want to suffer anymore. We suffer enough under our government, under our occupiers, our government. But we don't want to suffer anymore in a world war, God forbid. But yeah, it's insanity. Some countries have louder military capacities. This is what I don't understand. Are they trying to say Ireland has a huge military capacity altogether? They're trying to fucking gaslight people, saying, "Oh, Ireland is a big military power." Yeah, my eye, doctor. Yeah, it's utter bullshit. Like, it's utter bullshit. Imagine that. Honestly, just imagine for a second. The United States of America is giving billions of euro of funding, first of all, to Ukraine, and giving them unlimited weapons. Basically, anything they ask for, they're getting from the United States. But yeah, whatever Ireland has left to defend itself, they take it off the Irish army and bring it over to Ukraine. Like, they're insane. It's Fine Gael well. And I mean, Fianna Fáil is no better. I mean, I never had much time for him and De Valera when he was alive, he was Taoiseach, but you have to respect him for keeping the man neutral during the Second World War and sending hundreds of young Irish people to die in the Second World War. You have to respect him for that, him and De Valera. And obviously he was the person that really brought in Irish neutrality in 1937. And obviously declared neutrality in 1939 during the 2 days after the Second World War broke out. Ireland just declared neutrality. And since then it's been a long-standing policy for the state to stay out of stuff. And just to do peacekeeping, which is obviously very good in service of peace. Obviously that's understandable because you're service of peace. You're trying to uphold peace and stability in the world. Compared to you actually getting involved in fighting, like literally sending weapons. Whatever about sending bandages and medical supplies, that's understandable. As a neutral country, you could send that to civilians. But going out of your way to say, oh, you know what? Let's give weapons. Whatever we have left. Like, it's not the fact too. The fact is too, the Irish army doesn't have an unlimited budget. It's €1 billion. The Irish army. That's all they have in funding. €1 billion. The United States of America, something like $700 billion or something like that. Like, and the United Kingdom's budget, again, Luxembourg spends $4 billion a year on defence. Luxembourg. Ireland spends $1 billion. And it's not even $1 billion yet. From next year it's $1 billion on. Can you see my point? Where are you going to get all the weapons? That's what I say. So can you not see my point? It's lunacy. And you think Fianna Fáil will know better, the founder of the party. What a neutrality, and they're like, fuck the history of Fianna Fáil. Let's fuck everybody over and just go to war with everybody. Let's have that. That's literally what they want in Fianna Fáil at this stage. Because I hear none of them. That's quick. It's coming out saying we should stick with the Irish neutrality. They don't know what to fucking do now. But anyway, let me know what you think and subscribe for more and bye.